I'm challenging you to commit to 3 months selling on Amazon. This is the exact plan that I would do if I was starting over again at day one, and this is the exact plan that I would do and carry out for 90 days to get to $10,000 a month in sales, roughly like 3 to 6 months. So hear me out. I got 7 steps that I'm going to, go over in this video, and make sure you stick around to the end. And yeah, let's just jump right into it. So, I've been selling on Amazon for 2.5 years now. I've made a little over $150,000 just this year alone. I've probably sold I think I've sold well over 5,000 items in total. I sell used books, so it can be any kind of book that's valuable, but mostly seasonal books like textbooks, January and August, college textbooks, high school textbooks. There's all sorts of seasons that you can sell, and then also all year-round books that you can sell. I also sell DVDs, CDs, a lot of stuff that you might think is junk. That's probably that's why my name is a junk flipper. But anyway, just to give you a little background if you're new here. But all right, step number 1 is to set up your Amazon seller account. So there's plenty of videos out there to go watch to set up your Amazon seller account. It's not too hard. It does take like a week or two to verify. Amazon has a strict background check to verify that you are who you say you are. It usually takes a week or two, but once you get verified, that's the first step. The second step is to get the right tools. So what you're going to be doing is thrifting and cherry picking for the first 2 or 3 months. This is what I did. I actually did it for like 6 months. And this is actually a model that several people still do, and it's definitely a scalable model, or somewhat scalable model if you really know your sources and you're in a good region for it. Some people just live in the middle of nowhere and don't have enough sources in their region to go find thrift stores, library sales. The tools that you need to get started cherry picking is a scouting tool. So you need like either Scout IQ, or I really recommend Scoutly. Scoutly is probably the best and cheapest scouting software on the market. I think it's like $30 or $35 a month. So yeah, you'll need a scanning app, Scoutly, and you'll need a Bluetooth scanner. You can buy a Bluetooth scanner off of Amazon for like $50. That way, when you're scanning through all of the books, you're just scanning them you can scan them really quick with your little Ring Bluetooth scanner, or just like a regular Bluetooth scanner. But yeah, that's step 2. Get those 2 things. Step 3 is take the time to actually educate yourself. Okay, Romer the Romer. His name's Avery, a good friend of mine. I'll put him on the screen right here. His channel. He has a class called what is it called? I'll put the website in the comments. I think it's like starthumble.com or something like that. But he has a class that is super easy to understand what your, the tactics to actually get to your first like 200 books sourced, and just take that class and soak up as much knowledge as you can. Like really, step 3 is just learning. So take his class and then go watch at least 10 videos of Mike the Used Book Guy's breakdowns on how to read a Scoutly chart. So when you scan a book, Scoutly will actually pop up this chart, and you'll need to understand what you're actually reading as far as the data. So it's not that hard, honestly, guys. Like really, you're buying books and CDs and DVDs for $1 at thrift stores, library sales, wherever the sources are in your area. And you're trying to sell them for 10, 15, 20, 30, 40, 50, sometimes $100. So you just really want to understand what the data that you're getting on the app. And Mike the Used Book Guy is the best in the business as far as how to read those Scoutly charts. So go in this business, you just have to binge watch every single video that you can find. But I think 10 at least of Mike the Used Book Guy's videos will suffice for these steps to get you to 10,000. All right, step 4 is to start sourcing inventory. So get out there and source, I would say like 500 to 1,000 books, DVDs, and CDs. This will be like your first big haul. This could take you, this could take you a couple weeks. This could take you a month. This could take you several months, depending on who you are and how aggressive you are and how bad you actually want this. Me personally, like when I was first out there, it probably took me a month to get to 500 to 1,000 books, DVDs, CDs. But you're gonna source a lot of like crap stuff at first because you're just first learning. But that's part of the learning process. But the majority of stuff you will be profitable on, just because if you have your triggers and everything set up right from Mike the Used Book Guy's videos. You just need to get out there and get your reps in, and just learn by failing, and sourcing that first 500 to 1,000 books. Really 200, but I say 500 to 1,000 because you want to send in a lot of inventory. That leads into a step later on that I'll explain later. Step 5 is once you have your first 200 items, you want to download a listing software to get your first box shipped out to Amazon FBA. And I would recommend downloading the GoToLister. It's a listing software that's super fast it's by far the best software for people that are listing, books, DVDs, and CDs. So download that. I do have an affiliate link in the description if you guys want to use it. If you happen to stumble across this and you want to jump into selling books on Amazon, feel free to use my affiliate link. If not, it's all good. Step number 6 is actually winning the buy box. So you won't have the buy box at first when you first send your first shipment in, first several shipments in actually. It does take a little bit of time. So you won't win the Amazon buy box, right? Like you'll be competing with the other merchant fulfilled sellers. So it usually takes like I don't know. It's hard to say nowadays. Like it's changed so much, but I think around like 50 to 100 sales, maybe consistent sales, and you'll win the buy box eventually. A bonus tip would be like having a family member, like buy a book of your own, or have a family member buy a book or CD or DVD of your own and have them leave positive feedback. I've seen that work for some other sellers. Getting some positive feedback on your seller account sends a good signal to Amazon. So that's something to keep in mind. But yeah, winning the buy box is like extremely crucial. It's the bane of our existence. Like 90% of all sales on Amazon come from that Amazon buy box. So that's very, very important. That's step number 6. And the last step that I would say, I'm trying to put this in 7 steps. This is a short version of, I could talk for hours on, scaling to, 10,000, 20,000 a month. But for the sake of this video, step number 7 is once you get the buy box, it is time to scale. So at that point, you can figure out, what the next big selling season is. So say like right now, if you were to win the buy box right now on September 12th of 2025, Christmas season is 2 months away, 2.5 months away. All right. There is hundreds, thousands of Christmas books, DVDs, CDs out there that you can buy for $4, $5, $6 through a method called online arbitrage. This is what I do full time. This is what I do for my model now. I don't really do the thrifting and cherry picking model anymore. But if it was Christmas season right now, you could buy hundreds of books for $4, $5, $6, and then in the off season right now, and then once Black Friday hits and that window between Black Friday and Christmas, everything Christmas is going to spike in demand, and you can sell for $25, $30, $35, $40, $50 depending on the book. But there are literally hundreds of Christmas and holiday books, DVDs, and CDs out there. I've sourced a crap ton this is my 3rd year selling Christmas books. So yeah, like figure out what season you're in. Like if you're in, let's say it's like, I don't know, like March or April or May, like that's a good time to start selling or start sourcing college textbooks and high school textbooks. Like July and August is the best season for us online arbitrage booksellers, because that is August textbook season. That's when college is starting. That's when high school is starting. Those are the highest volume and demand, but also the highest profit books that are probably out there. I made $44,000 last month in August. Not profit, that's gross, but that's my highest month in sales so far. So that would be my number 7. Figure out what season you're in once you get the buy box, and then start binge watching, my videos, the Bookmine Academy videos, Joji Davenport's videos, and then buy 300 to 500. Use the money that you made from thrifting those, first 500 to 1,000 books, DVDs, CDs. Source more than that. Honestly, like source as much as your heart desires. And then once you get the buy box, you can start doing the online arbitrage method and start, watching my content and getting that side of your business really going. So if you want to work from home and sell books on Amazon, and win your time back, essentially, online arbitrage is the way. This is exactly what I would do if I was first, starting out again. Like this is basically what I did actually. Like I started in April of 2023. I was thrifting, cherry picking till about July, and I started watching Joji Davenport's content, and I really started understanding Keepa charts and seasonality of books, and I went all in on my first Christmas season. I got to about $5,000 to $6,000 in sales just from thrifting and cherry picking model. And then once Christmas came, I did about 12 to 15,000 in Christmas in that month. So it took me literally 6 to 8 months to get to my first $10,000 month. But you know, if you were right now in September and you really went hard at this and followed these steps and then started buying some Christmas books, you could get to 10,000. I feel like realistically, not maybe not if you started right now, but if you started like 2 or 3 months ago and you started sourcing in September, you could easily get to $10,000 or $10,000 in sales in the month of December. Sorry, I can't talk. So I think I'm gonna change this to 6 months instead of 3 months. But anyway, to close things out, like that's the short version of how I would go from $0 to $10,000 in 6 months. You know, I don't know. I've tried to get my friends into this. You know, you can lead a horse to water, but you know, you can't force it to drink, right? Like that's an old saying, old corny saying, but you know, it's true. It's cliche, but it's true. Like you have to really want this. If you really want to do this, you gotta go all in. You gotta be willing to learn. You gotta be willing to binge watch videos, and you're off. And if you're working 9 to 5 like I do, and you're off in the off time, watch other videos. You know, watch Mike the Used Book Guy, watch Joji Davenport's videos, watch Book My Academy videos, watch Steve Rakin's videos, watch Romer the Romer's videos. Anytime you're eating, anytime you're doing anything, like you have to soak up all the knowledge you can to do this. It's not hard. All of the knowledge is out there, and people just don't want to do it and build a business. So I know you do since you're watching this video. So get out there and do it. If you have any questions, put them in the comments. And yeah, that's gonna be it. That's gonna be it for this video. I am. If you want a coaching call with me, I do have coaching calls. So if you want to book a call with me, that is in the description as well. That's my only soft sell for this video. I try not to sell a whole lot, but that is what I'm trying to, you know, start ramping up. So I appreciate you guys. I'll catch you all in the next video. See ya.